My name is Lauren Portada. I live in New Jersey and work in New York. I started off as an abstract artist, and then I had my kid and I started drawing and painting the things that were in my immediate environment. The relationship between the home and the wilderness for me is a reliable engine for my storytelling. I look outside and I want to bring that outside in, and I'm also looking down at the counters and I see the scraps from making dinner or lunch, and these are all things that generate ideas for me in my work. I work a lot with collage in my paintings, and I started working with collage in my paintings about 7 years ago. And it really came out of being frustrated with what I was making. And so I was cutting up old paintings, and I one day noticed a pile of scraps on the floor, and I thought, oh, I really like how they're lying on top of one another. And so I started to glue things down. I've had a great opportunity during this residency to explore many different Liquitex products. Something new that I explored during my residency were the Liquitex acrylic inks. This was a product for me that was like a game changer. I love using them because they have a high pigment ratio, and I can tint all my other colors with these inks to get the exact and precise color that's really specific for my needs. And the other one is the Liquitex Squash, which has this wonderful ability to cover and while also remaining really matte, which is very important for me in my work. I'm constantly challenging myself to use new materials and experiment with different products, which is really another reason why this residency was so wonderful, to give me and encourage me to experiment and use things in ways that I hadn't thought about using them. Some advice that I have for other artists just starting out would be to work every day. It's really important to develop a routine, even if you're not making something every day, but just to think about your work or write about your work. Another piece of advice that I have would be when you're making something and you're in that flow state and ideas are coming, is to like stop when you know the thing that's going to happen next. And that enables you to return the next day and pick it up much faster, which will help you enter like a flow state and really just like get into that process of making things. I recently came across this wonderful T.S. Eliot phrase from 4 Quartets that spoke to me directly and is a way that I philosophically engage with painting. So the quote goes, "We shall not cease from exploration, but in fact, we shall continue to explore. And it's when we arrive back at the present that we will know something for the first time." And that, for me, is synonymous with how I make things. I don't work directly from a drawing when I'm making a painting, but rather they happen simultaneously. I'm making drawings, I'm making collages, I'm making paintings, and everything is speaking to each other. And therefore, I don't know what something is going to look like when I start it. And so I have that feeling of discovery as I'm making something that's really important to how I make my work.